This video is for educational purposes only. We do not promote or glorify drug use. Always seek professional advice and follow the laws in your country.
The drugs 2C and 2C-B have been mixed up for their pretty similar names. However, they are two completely different substances. 2C, also known as pink cocaine, has made its entry in Berlin and Europe, especially from Colombia, and have very unpredictable effects as that is a cocktail out of so many different substances. While 2C-B is a synthetic psychedelic with more consistent, defined effects. We're breaking down the different experiences, the risks, and everything you should know with Christopher from Sidekicks, a Berlin-based resource focused on safer choices in the party scene.
What I found was that plugging it was, incredibly intense. It's like you're in a car and someone just hits that accelerator from a dead stop and you're just like, whoa! And you're just sucked in.
Another interesting trend, or even actually two trends, are these two different substances, 2C-B and then 2C, which is confusingly similarly named.
It's called pink cocaine, the newest club drug that's also found its place in some high-profile cases.
It seems to be viewed as a party drug.
But despite the name, law enforcement officials say it rarely has much cocaine in it, the pink color coming from food coloring.
But 2C-B are mostly little pills, a bit smaller than ecstasy pills in general, that contain the substance 2C-B, which is a psychedelic. But people describe the effects as being halfway between ecstasy and something like LSD, and very, very dose dependent. So a low dose of it feels a bit like an ecstasy pill, euphoria, energy, music appreciation, touch enhancement, stuff like that. But if you take a few milligrams more, you might be on a full psychedelic trip, including the risk to have like a bad trip or a weird experience.
I need this, right?
I remember your face.
There is no way of explaining the terror I felt.
And also for some people it causes some nausea when they come up. So like sometimes people have to puke in the beginning. So it's a substance that requires some care about set and setting, about the exact dose you get. And so these are the most popular 2C-B pills right now in Berlin. And then the confusingly named 2C is a pink powder, and they sometimes call it pink cocaine also, which is weirdly a substance defined by its color and not by its chemical makeup. When it gets tested at drug checking, we find a random mix of substances that varies widely depending on the dealer, and it's most of the time mostly MDMA and ketamine combined, and then sometimes caffeine, and then sometimes a few percent of 2C-B, maybe like a tiny amount, but often no 2C-B at all, even though the name is a reference to 2C-B. But so, yeah, mostly MDMA and ketamine. But we would recommend maybe don't take a substance that is defined by its color and not by what it actually does. So if you want to combine MDMA and ketamine, maybe get MDMA and ketamine. And yeah, this is a very interesting phenomenon, like mixing pink dye into whatever you have left over and like selling it for a higher price as a new substance. And this is a trend that came from South America, where it was marketed as an alternative to cocaine. And yeah, it's been slowly making its way to Europe as well. It's not very common, but I guess my main message here is, you get something random if you buy this, and it's not the same as 2C-B. Like, it's a very different category of thing.